Hello everyone, good morning. This is Lolly. I want to share a very simple project with you, and so simple that I almost didn't do the video, but I just kept feeling like I needed to do this. I want to share how to make dryer balls. Now, I have been seeing these all over the place in like boutiques where they sell handmade items and at craft fairs. And I guess I've always been kind of surprised at how much they're selling for. And I have seen these as much as $9 for one ball. So how to do these at home, make them yourself and save money. So you are going to need a 100% wool yarn. And how many you get out of one depends on the thickness of it and how tightly you wind it and how big you want it. The best way to do this if you're wanting to save money is to get it on sale or use a coupon at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, because you don't have to go to a yarn store. You just need wool yarn, and they both carry that. Also, I have gone to thrift stores and found wool yarn here like this. Okay, 100% wool. And you could see someone had already started a project with it and gave up on it. And so there, I don't see a price tag on this. I don't know how much I paid for it, but it was cheap. So what we need to do is just start this off. Alrighty, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. I always just grab a couple fingers and wind it around there. You shouldn't be cutting your circulation off. Okay, slide it off, and then I start going around this way. Okay, you see it still looks long, so I'm going to smash the ends in here and go around that way. And just keep pushing it down until it starts looking like a ball. And then we just want to keep going with this until we get about the size of a tennis ball. Notice that these are going to shrink as we felt them. The other thing is, I'll talk while I'm doing this, is that if you have one of the front-loading washing machines, I have been told that they don't work as well for felting. I know a lady who does so much felting that she actually bought a second washing machine or kept her old one just so she can do it for felting in there. So the best way at that point would be to, if you can't get a second machine, washing machine, obviously, because they don't get hot enough and they don't agitate enough. So I haven't tried a hand washing technique to felt these, so I'm just giving you the machine one. So possibly if you have someone who has one of the older machines, they can put this in their laundry for you, because it only takes one cycle. Okay, now I'm going to speed this up until we get to the size of a tennis ball. Okay, and that's about good enough. It's a little bigger than that. Notice I kept spinning the ball as I went so that these would go in different directions. I like the look of the variegated ones, or the ones that are several different strands. So just cut off the end here. You could just tuck this under here, or you can use one of these fat needles, upholstery, not upholstery, what's the word I'm looking for? Embroidery needles, here we go. I'm just kind of weaving it in and out there. And then I'm going to stuff it right through the middle and out the other end. Oops, I see I have a little, some of my loops came undone here. Let's bring those back on there. There, just trim that off. And the other thing you're going to need is an old pantyhose or some kind of nylon stocking here that you've cut open. Shove it all the way down the bottom there. I don't even wear pantyhose anymore, but if you have one that has holes in it, put it at the very bottom, tie a knot right there. push that down. And that stops these from sticking to each other, all your balls from sticking to each other and becoming one big conglomerate mess. So then I do another ball, put it in there, knot it, ball, knot, until I fill this up. So now I'm going to go off camera and I will finish these balls and get them in here filled out. Now, if you don't like using red and you're worried that it might stain the rest of your clothing when you're putting this in the dryer, you can do the inside of the ball with the red and then do the outside with something else. Another thing that you need to consider about getting your yarn from thrift stores like I have done is that you need to make sure that they're in pretty good shape. You want to look and make sure they're not loaded with human hair, pet hair, lint, fuzz, and all that, because that would stop the wool fibers from felting together. Okay, we're going to pause now until we get the rest of this filled up. Okay, so I was able to get 7 balls of wool yarn in this. Now all I just do is put it in the washing machine on hot and regular agitation, you know, not gentle cycle. Put it in the regular cycle, hot water with detergent. You do want the soap in there to help this to felt up. All right, so once that has been washed in hot water with detergent and I dry it on hot temperature as well, sometimes I put it through the dryer twice, untie the last knot and just start pulling out your balls, and you could still see the lines here, but they are connected. And then sometimes it's a little hard to get these knots undone just because of the fact that they've been through the wash and dryer, so be patient. There they are. Now we have a great selection. We tend to lose them at home, and I don't know where they end up, but I think they get stuck like in your arms of your shirts and stuff. So this is my collection. Thank you for watching. I think these are really helpful. I do not use dryer sheets or fabric softener. I just put about 3 of these in a full load in the dryer, and it helps to keep the static way down. So I hope that was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching, giving this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so.